Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here for the last ever 2-digit number of the podcast. We are 1 week away from watching Walford, episode 100. And we are watching Walford, the grittier, slightly edgier alternative. The not your grandma's favourite podcast, let's say that much, you know? Bit of an edge, bit of sweary, but that's fine, because we don't just do it to be useless, we do it because slightly more funny, bit more expressive. This week, we're going to talk about all the things from episode, fucking hell. Do all the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 41 of 2024, all the episodes from the 18th all the way to the 21st of November 2024. The main storylines this week are Sharon and Teddy, tiny little smidgy. Peter and Lauren have baby news, still another little squeegee small boy, little squashy of information. Ruby Allen returns and has Martin Fowler's son. I'm ready. I love Ruby. I love Martin. I'm all in. I'm all in already. Fucking yeah. I don't have a funny fucking metaphor for this, so I'm just gonna move on. And finally, Elaine's hen night reveals a secret from her past. And Drew Peacock. It's Drew Peacock, Piggy. Drew Peacock, because it's like a penis thing, but drag is great. The EastEnders fandom has finally been exposed to drag queens, which I honestly am surprised. I mean, the only one they know is tiramisu, and that's not even an innuendo. That's just a fucking food, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, tiramisu, which isn't that bad. Don't mind it. You know. That's the resident food expert here, mate. Have you ever had tiramisu?
I'm trying to remember what it fucking is.
I think it's like a little dessert.
Oh, is it that chocolate dessert with a bit of whipped cream in like the bottom of it and a bit of chocolate? I think I know what you're on about.
Yeah, it looks like it's got like the fucking chocolate dusting on the top.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely have on those before. Yeah, they're delicious.
I looked up tiramisu and I've gotten a link to a chatterbait room.
Way.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing later.
Is she streaming? Are they streaming?
I don't know. It gave me a notice saying, please be over 18 before you do this. Just like the Omegle days, you know. Maybe I don't want to see a massive penis on my screen, but then probably be more receptive to it now than I was then.
Well, Ash, I don't mean to be like spot the obvious, but surely you should know. Chatterbait. It's in the title of what it is. Chat or bait, masturbate. You know.
Like I spelling it out to me. I know what it's about. I know what chatterbait is. But
you stream on it regularly, I heard.
On the alt account.
Yeah.
Mr. E. Ender. Who's that going to be? It's me wearing a Phil Mitchell mask. That's a horrific visual. All right. As always, this is the podcast. We're going to talk about the EastEnders from about the half an hour mark onwards. And then for now, we're going to do a little update, see what we've been up to, what we're doing, etc., etc. This week has been a little bit of a week off for us. We've been chilling out after the visit. Wait, was it the visit last week?
Yeah.
Fuck me, it's been a good week. It's been a good week off then.
No, I know. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. All right. Jesus. Been 2 weeks. We did the week. We filled up all the uploads till the 25th. Piggy is no longer ill.
I've still got phlegm. That's not good.
Yeah, well. But yeah. So yeah, obviously we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the EastEnders half an hour mark onwards. So for now, onwards to the shooting. The shit. How has your week off been, mate?
My week off has been good. I just very quickly, because I want to get this over the way. What I've been saving up and I should pull it up on the reactions one as well, so people can actually believe me. Wait, no, that's the wrong Brave. There we go. So obviously, I obviously I was in a chat. Well, not a chat. I was in a Discord, right? And obviously, religion came up because it's a very serious thing in America currently with what they want to do. Because someone asked the question of like, Mister Politician, do you believe that Bibles should be in the classroom? And obviously, with the way the world is, there shouldn't, because
He said "skibbity riz toilet."
yeah,
Of course.
obviously he went, yeah, and then they went, oh, what about the people who don't believe in that religion? He went, fuck them. So we were obviously talking about religion, and this came up. So there's a religion called Pastafarian. Now, can you describe this to me? What do you think Pastafarian is?
It's a religion about the greatest of carbohydrates, pasta.
It's about the flying spaghetti monster.
No.
Have you never heard of this? I will read on. The flying spaghetti. Right, hold on here. The flying spaghetti monster, FSM, is the deity of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster of Pastafarian, a periodic new religious movement that promotes a light-hearted view of religion. It originated in opposition to the teaching of intelligent design in public schools in the United States. According to editor heads, Pastafarian, a real legitimate religion such as any other, it has received some limited recognition as such. The Flying Spaghetti Monster was first described in a satirical open letter written by Bobby Henderson in 2005 to protest in the Kansas State Board of Education to permit teaching intellect design to an alternative. So they alright, I found out what I mean. Right, I found out like where he like what the Flying Spaghetti Monster does. So Pastafarian tonight's originally satire are presented on Henderson's Church Flying Spaghetti Monster website. He believes that the central myth is that an invisible, undetectable flying spaghetti monster created the universe after drinking heavily. Pirates are referred as the original Pastafarians. So there you go.
Fair enough. See, you had me when you mentioned Pastafarian and Flying Spaghetti Monster. Then you told me some bullshit about the fucking American court system and schools and shit. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out already. It's not nearly as fun as my brain made it out to be. It's like people calling themselves a Jedi on the census. What religion are you? I'm a Jedi.
So that's
fair enough.
Obviously, I'll just send you this image that's currently on the screen right now. So this is obviously Adam and Eve. I think it's the Adam picture, but obviously they've changed it, and I've sent it to you. It's been sent. So this is what they currently have.
Oh mate, that's fucking incredible! Holy shit, that's straight fire.
So this is what they. I don't know if this will get demonetized because there's a little penis there, but this is the fucking. This is the fucking picture.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Now they call it Pastafarian. They didn't mention the meatballs. That is tremendous.
Imagine.
Also, what do you mean you're going to get demonetized for the small penis? Fuck, you can barely see it, you mad bastard. Barely see it, just like you.
But yeah, this is the Flying Spaghetti Monster. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, the giant spaghetti is the Flying Spaghetti Monster, and I think that's Adam.
Fantastic. Cheers for that one, mate.
This is Michelangelo's creation of Adam.
I thought that was God.
Well, technically, he is God if you actually believe in the religion. So, yeah.
All right. What's the other? Do you have any more on this, or are you done with the Flying Spaghetti Man?
I'm done with the Flying Spaghetti Monster. I just thought it'd be a funny subject to mention.
Yeah.
Because
fair enough.
Because like obviously religion is a very central focal point,
especially in America right now.
Yeah, especially in America, and so yeah, I just found something light-hearted. Someone called me and said, I used to be a Pastafarian, and I went, okay, is that like a Rastafarian? And I went, no, Flying Spaghetti Monster. And I went, oh, so send me that article because I basically.
Yeah. Wait, that's an actual conversation you had.
Yeah. So, because we were talking about religion.
That felt like the most didn't happen conversation I've ever had in my life.
It did actually happen.
Fair enough.
Because I basically, how I describe religion is there's a Bowling for Soup song called Punk Rock 101, where it's like same song, different chorus. That's how I describe religion. Same song, different chorus. You just change the characters, change the things. Clearly, the Flying Spaghetti Monster isn't one of them. So if you are a proud member of the Flying Spaghetti Monster Foundation religion, please let us know. We will donate 20 meatballs to your charity.
And what would Ricky Gervais say about it? Religion. Yeah, we are. Bit of that.
Yeah.
Because God's not real. Fucking. There we are.
Great when you're
Humor.
Great when you're a teenager trying to find yourself, but not great when you're an adult. And all these jokes are the exact fucking same. And then,
Exactly.
But the last thing on Ricky Gervais, my favourite thing is just James Acaster fucking burying him like in one of his shows. Like just completely just no selling him. It was I loved it.
Say something without wrestling words.
Oh, just James Acaster absolutely just hamming it home that he's shit, but I was saying he's shit.
He's chopping him up.
Yeah, he's chopping him up.
Like liver in a video game.
It basically also works for Dave Chappelle, because James Acaster's whole thing was about trans, and so he's just using Ricky Gervais as the bait. Obviously, Ricky Gervais is the famous one in the UK for this one, and J.K. Rowling. So yeah, that's what I found out. But yeah,
talk about your week.
Yeah,
other than that.
Yeah, my week's been good though. I've been planning maybe doing something something else on the wrestling channel. Maybe I got a DVD player. There we go. Look at this. There it is. Look at that. That's my DVD player. I got The Sopranos. They're behind me. Got the rest of The Sopranos for 30 quid.
Once you watch The Sopranos, you can say you can claim you're a media studies student because you watch The Sopranos, and it has to be your token favorite show. It's either that or Breaking Bad. All right, has to be. Then you're a serious media literate expert.
Also, I walked into my charity shop yesterday, and on Wednesday, and they obviously are selling box sets. If one of the box sets was fucking The Big Bang Theory, and I was like, holy shit. I was like,
and obviously on the side it had a note saying Bazinga on it.
Bazinga?
Which should be a slur.
Why did that get me?
It's not always have to be a good joke, it just has to be there.
Yeah, Bazinga's been overused. But Sheldon would be a good fighter to have in the war. Let's just say that. It would be a good use. So yeah, I've been enjoying my week off. I've been looking at box sets to buy, really, so I can get some series that I want to watch on repeat. Obviously, I found another classic Alan Partridge joke I love recently, which is because I completely forgot about it until someone brought it up to me. Obviously can't say the word, but obviously he's with this guy, and Alan's like, "Oh, can I tell some funny jokes? Some funny jokes. Get in the mood." And the guy's like, "No, you can't, Alan." And then Alan's like, "Okay, no need for that. No need for that guy," because obviously he sounds like he's saying,
What's the accent? That's the point of the joke.
It's just a deep northern accent. That makes it sound
imagine
like
a deep northerner say the word can't.
Yeah.
Just like how some people say cook is cock.
Big cock, little cock.
Rather not think about it, if I'm honest. What a weird. So those shows are so bizarre. Like, just watch them as an adult in comparison to watch as a kid. Mate, I'm cutting into my time here, but the most ridiculous fucking kids' TV show I remember is there's a show called The Shiny Show, which is basically an excuse for all the kids to get all the fucking cutlery out the kitchen and then not fucking put it back. Because now get a spoon. All right, I'm gonna go get a spoon. And then I have all this fucking cutlery out on the fucking living room floor, and my mum's just looking at me like, "Really, homie? Really again? Fourth time this week. Watched it last week. Sorry, mum."
Fucking.
All right, how's my week been? Fuck it. Unless you have any other shit on that.
Just like another like TV show that would be great to watch for this channel is In the Night Garden with Maca who suffered a heroin overdose. Sadly, ripped the icon.
I never watched In the Night Garden. I was a bit too old for it.
You can watch
and I was
it
busy watching fucking Scooby Doo.
You can watch it as an adult because there's literally no child themes in it. It's just it's a TV show that'll help you fall asleep. It does have childish humor,
just like this podcast.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we're anybody's sleep podcast.
No, we're too loud.
Or if you're just, you're just really invested, aren't you? Just really invested in the EastEnders. But I do love a shout. All right, how was my week? Once again, week off. It's been a good one so far. I've been back. It's sucking me back in again. You know how each time you see like a wrestling figure appear, you're like, oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
See, I'm like that, but with Football Manager. So I've got a new idea for a save, and I'm like, come on, let's fucking go.
Also, just on that note, sorry to interrupt. There is, on the time of recording, there is a panel tonight to reveal more Mattel action figures. So, please announce Motor City Machine Guns.
Any predictions?
If I had to guess, probably colourful renders, because they showed off some renders at Comic-Con for the Bloodline. The new Bloodline, for people who don't know, which is Tamatonga, Tangaloa, Solo Sokoa, and Jacob Fatu. So I'm expecting colourful coloured in renders of them at this reveal, because obviously you do a black and white render first to show what the prototype's going to look like. You do a coloured render of what it might look like, and then you do a prototype, and then you have the final product. And sometimes figures get rushed because they're like, fucking hell, we need Jacob Fatu on the market. Fucking quickly rush it out.
What a face to get stuck on. I just it managed to freeze whilst you were just like having a little doing the Riz face, some would say. But yeah, I've been sucking back in with Football Manager, and if you don't know anything about football, it'll be a bit of a weird little tangent. So I'll keep it somewhat succinct. Usually, I like to do like a loyalty save where you take a club from like, the fucking like non-league to like the fucking Premier League. That's usually a good thing to do because it's fun to see, fucking, I don't know, fucking Scunthorpe in the fucking Prem because it's a club that's notoriously known for being on the edge of the Football League but never quite there. So, it's fun to do those sorts of legacy. You build them up from the National League, the National League North and South. You build them up all the way to the Prem. But this time I went, nah. Fuck the National League. I'm sick of that fucking league. Because a brief synopsis of the National League. There is one promotion spot and one playoffs. So 2 people get in the league, 2 people get relegated out of the league. So therefore, it's a fucking ball ache to get out of. Because, League 2, 3 spots and playoffs. So you can just slip into slot 2 or 3 fairly easily. But the National League is you either win by points or you win the playoffs, which is equally as hard. So I went, I'm not fucking playing the National League. Get fucked. But I also decided I was going to be a cutthroat piece of shit, and if I get a better opportunity, I'm fucking immediately jump into a bigger club. So I started off in the Welsh leagues. Nobody would hire me because I was a nobody manager. But I went to fucking Britain Ferry or whatever the fuck in the Welsh Northern League, which let me tell you is a fucking shit league. I'll just explain it by saying Wales. Rugby is the sport. Rugby is the sport of Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Did a season there, did quite well. Got fucking poached by Colwyn Bay, which I took to top 3 in the league. And then I made a promise that it's like, in negotiations, you can talk about how like, all right, you've been shown that you apply for other jobs whilst you're here. And I made the stupid promise of saying, I'd never do that again. So one time I applied to another club and got fired immediately and went, bloody hell. I'm restarting. That's not being saved. Did that. Went from the Welsh Prem to like the Irish Second Division. Got Treaty United promoted to the top flight of Irish football, which I learnt is in the Irish Midlands, apparently. And then from there, I got poached by Gillingham in League Two, and I'm now in League Two, and I've avoided the National League. And get fucked, you fucking losers! Took them from like near relegation to the playoffs, so I'm fucking living my best life, having a great time. There we are. That's that. That's the Football Manager talk. Do you have any thoughts?
I like what you do with Football Manager, to be honest, because
Hmm?
you have a very interesting way of playing Football Manager. Like, so I like what you do. I do want you to manage some more Irish football clubs. I don't think any any.
Well, I would have happily gone to the top flight of Irish football, but nobody wanted to hire me, and I'm like, well, see ya, dickheads.
I don't know if there's any like Kildare region football clubs.
I think there's like probably not.
But if there was, I'd be fucking going. Make my home like county. I fucking make them to the top. So yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, Football Manager's fun because even if I'm not really that big of a football fan. I don't really know football tactics for shit, but you can get some fun stories out of it. You can play it. You can start like role playing in your head. You're like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna do it. And that's how I've mostly just got some fun stories. Like I took my local club to the fucking Prem, then became Football Manager as my dad. But the fucking save was lost and I didn't get to live on the legacy. And getting back to that was I had a full week of real life time in that save. Like I can't do that again. I will eventually. But yeah. Otherwise, week off's been good. I've been chilling out a lot. Honestly, I've not been doing too much. I've been quite lazy with the gym, for example. This week we had some snow, which was good fun. Did you have any snow in Ireland?
Don't think
No,
so.
we had some proper snow. And obviously the first.
I think I did see some snow on Wednesday, but it was all gone by the time I went out. So yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You looked out the window, then rolled over. Thought this. Not dealing with that. No, but it's good. Like, it's been a while since we've had proper snow, and to wake up and it's like it's magical seeing snow, especially if it's not as common. Like we've not had snow in a couple of years, so actually seeing it all come down, it's like, oh, this is beautiful. Had like a 2-hour walk in the snow. It's great fun. I watched Making a Murderer on Netflix. It's a kind of it's one of the Netflix documentary series about Stephen Avery, who definitely did kill that woman. But the documentary frames it really like nicely about him, but everything suggests he did kill that woman. But the way it's told, it's like he's just some stupid idiot who he's just a silly guy, he does some dumb things, and then like you take a think about the evidence and you go, oh yeah, this guy probably did just do it, didn't he?
It was just like an O.J. Simpson, Jimmy Snuka situation.
I mean, not exact. It's not as clear cut, but like, it's just a trial about trying to figure out if he is actually guilty. Because the whole story of Stephen Avery is he did some dodgy shit and was in and out of jail, but then he was arrested and imprisoned for 18 years for a crime he didn't commit. And then he got out. And then, like, 2 years later, he's back in prison again because he fucking murdered someone. Like, I don't know. There's some weird fucking... And, like, the documentary tells it really, like, kind of convincingly that he's just, like, a fucking hick and he doesn't know what's what and he's stupid and he's an idiot. But, like, probably did do it. I'm sure other people may have a different take on it, but he definitely did kill that woman.
The one thing I don't like about Netflix documentaries is like when they show like serial killers, and this might come off very weird. I don't like when they sex them up, if that makes sense. Like, if you look at Jeffrey Dahmer...
I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, if you look
Ted
at...
Bundy. Was that Netflix?
I don't know if Ted Bundy was Netflix, but they, like... Let's be honest, they've done, like, Ted Bundy 10 times, let's be real. But yeah, if you look at it, Jeffrey Dahmer in real life, ugly man. Fucking ugly. In this show, he is nonchalantly lame pipe. Like that, like the person playing him. Not Jeffrey Dahmer, the person playing him in the show. Like it just, I don't like it. I don't like it. And the one thing I also don't like is it's not glorifying them. It's just like acknowledging them that I don't like. I'm like, just leave them in the past. Make a YouTube series on them. Because at the same time, I get like, oh, it's fun to look into this to see all the killings she's done. I'm like, yeah, but maybe not really. Like, if you're doing anything, just do a kind of investigation, not really a fucking... We're going to do a reenactment of his life. I don't want to watch a reenactment of Jeffrey Dahmer's life.
I mean, it's an interesting thing. I don't mind them. I enjoy true crime, so I don't really have a problem with it, personally.
Fair enough. I don't.
Yeah.
It's just something I don't really like. Yeah, that's coming from me, I know. But still, it's just... It's a weird thing that I'd never really sat well with me. Because I prefer, like, if you actually sat down and through the murders... Instead of like recreating its entire life, like that would seem better, in my opinion.
Yeah, but then a lot of like really great movies and stuff have been based off the true events in a sense.
Yeah, there is one that.
So there is room for adaptation, in my opinion.
There is one that I know is hypocritical because I just said it. There is one that I really want to see with Steve Coogan. Steve Coogan earlier this year played Mr.
Not a killer.
Not a killer. Steve Coogan was not a killer, but he played a Mr. Golden Pants in earlier this year, Mr. Savile, and I've heard it's pretty good. It's like a decently well done show, and there is actually, like, if you go back through the archives, there is, I believe, in like the 80s or 90s when Steve Coogan was up and coming, and obviously like he did impressions to get known. There's obviously like footage out there where he sat beside Savile doing a Savile impression. And Savile's like, oh, very good, ha ha. No then. And like, so the really, like, he really was obligated to play him in the show. And I really want to watch it because that's always intrigued me, though, how the fuck he never got caught. That just intrigues me.
It was the worst kept secret.
Yeah,
but yeah, just need to fucking rabbit through what I've actually done on my week off because we've talked about everything else other than my shit.
You can take your time, you'll be fine.
Nah, that's only 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes left. But it could be longer if you really want it to be. No, it's been a good week. Been doing more of the stuff. Strictly still really fun. I still like Strictly. Jamie Borthwick's doing well, who plays Jay. He's probably going to make it to the final, if not come close. Yeah, it's been a chill week. Like I said, I watched Making a Murderer. I watched a bit of anime, Not a weeb, but, the weebs are out currently. A good show. I'm not going to say the name because all weeb shows sound ridiculous with their naming. Sounds like the most degenerate shit. But I'm having a good time. And just generally, it's we kind of I've intentionally been, well, not intentionally, I've been really fucking lazy this last week. But it has been a calm before the storm where suddenly I've got to fucking piece together all the Christmas videos that we've recorded. And we've recorded a decent chunk of Christmas videos, but like, oh, Jesus. I'm not ready for the slog. But it's a good period, and I'm hardly going to have to do any, I'm not going to have to do any of the Walford on tap, so, I've got free reign to do all the shit, so should be fine. It shouldn't be nearly as stressful as it was I don't think any of the Christmases, I don't think last Christmas was particularly stressful. We kind of had everything done quite quickly, so. Then again, I was expecting it to be more busy. But I did fucking leave the job, so, I had all the time. I had all the time. And I was putting all my time into it. But now I've got other shit I want to do. I think I am lacking a bit of that spark. I'm still feeling good, but I'm not enthused by anything soap-wise currently. But then I'm also not particularly enthused by anything in general at all. Like, I'm still having a good time. You know, last month I was pretty much enthused by the gym. I still am. I'm still going to the gym, but like, I'm not fucking. I don't know. I'm not fixated on anything currently, and I'm not saying I'm looking for that kind of spark, but I am kind of looking for that that thing that I want to invest a lot more of my time into. It's kind of just become Football Manager, but I'd probably rather do something a bit more productive than just play Football Manager all day.
Fair enough. fair enough. That's up to you. I
Yeah.
can't really stop you.
But
we
I've been streaming more.
Yeah. I've been watching some of your streams. You've been doing decent. Obviously, we're nearly done with the one more match stuff for the year. We just need 2 more videos and then we're fucking done. We can relax till the end of December when we have to record some stuff. For January, woo.
We can probably get 4 videos done at some point, and you know, do our normal chill the fuck out at the start of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know, because last time we had a really big boost over Christmas, like everybody does, and I think it's you know, I don't know whether we should like try and. Obviously, we can't predict it'll be the same because last year EastEnders Christmas was at fucking extra high, but also like probably should try capitalize on the extra attention.
Mm-hmm.
But also Christmas is busy as fuck, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, back to reality next week. But instead of writing a Hollyoaks video, that will never get finished. I will make it at some point, but not yet. I will do that, but yeah, now it's on to doing a lot more editing, getting all the Christmas stuff done. Obviously, because of, I mean, fuck it, we'll use this. I know we'll probably just talk about it next week anyways, but schedule-wise, Christmas will be different from our usual stuff, simply because there's never usually much to talk about content-wise during December. Usually all of like Twitter and Reddit are just like, fucking hell, what do you guys reckon happens at Christmas? Well, guys, I think the build of Christmas has been shit. Fucking hell. Guys, what do you think happens at Christmas? Like, there's only so many theories about Christmas we can do. And there's only so many fucking, yeah, bloody hell. You know, there's only so many of those videos we can do. So 4 days of the week, we'll be covering all of the episodes. We'll be doing Walford on Tap, which is about roughly 10 minutes of us talking about one of the key things that happened in the episode. I don't know. I'll probably use less notes during Christmas time, considering we're fucking covering it, and they'll likely, if it's a good episode, there'll likely be some reactions to it as well. Like, oh Jesus, oh Jesus. But yeah, 4 days a week, Walford on Tap. Reactions if it's a like. I think necessarily we'll just have the cameras on during reactions, but it won't always. If something big does happen, blah, 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 but if not, it'll just be discarded.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure he records the cameras and not me. So then in case he's like, fucking hell, I need to edit that. So I'm not going to edit that. I'm just going to edit the Walford on Tap. That's all I'm going to fucking edit.
Yeah, that's fine.
He does all the editing down of like, oh my god, you won't believe who the killer is. It's fucking
I like to believe I'm quite good at those sorts of edits. So.
But yeah, I do the Walford on Tap. I might be missing some, but I might be missing some episodes of Walford on Tap, but I might not.
That's fine.
But I'll try my best to appear for most of them. I could realistically just miss one, because I can record. I believe I'm staying somewhere where I could record the podcast, but I'd have to watch the episode, and you'd have to wait on me to watch the episode. So. Yeah.
But yeah, so 4 days a week in December will be Walford on Tap, and for the first week of January.
So and the live week.
Yeah.
So I should just let you know, we're obviously gonna make it. We're obviously gonna do a funny face. We're gonna do like and shit. Where obviously we're gonna put out a post probably next week, saying on the 2nd to the 4th, we will be doing live reactions, or not live reactions. We will be doing reactions and Walford on tap for them. But some videos will get reactions.
And the other videos will likely be mostly a bunch of the Christmas stuff we recorded. We recorded a Christmas AI songs that's going to come out at some point. We did the Monopoly. What the fuck else? What else did we even do? Oh, the Christmas reactions. Those are going to come out for more of those this year. But yeah, we got stuff planned. It should be a fun Christmas. I know it's a stressful time for a lot of people, but we should be our consistent selves as normal. Probably will be drinking less this Christmas.
You fucking won't. You will be drinking.
I'll definitely be drinking some beers, but I'm not gonna be going. I'm not gonna buy like fucking 4 crates of beer for me.
I'm probably gonna get a refill now in a minute, anyways.
But yeah, it's good stuff. It's all happening. We looking forward to it. I am, but I'm not. I am because Christmas is going to be fun, but also it still means it is the busiest time of the year for us. So we do enter. Obviously, it's much better than fucking retail and what I was doing before, where it's like, oh, fucking hell. Because obviously doing leather work, it's like, all right, please, everyone, get your orders in before December. All right? Get it in December. Might be a bit delayed because obviously December, Christmas presents, leather stuff, fucking pretty no-brainer for a lot of people. But for some reason, because people are unorganized, it's like, oh, bloody hell, it's the 18th of December. Guys, can you get this fucking sent to me today? And I'm like, sorry, lads, we're fucking busy. And the post stops tomorrow. Like, fucking do it earlier, for fuck's sake. But stressful time, but a lot of good work. But yeah, people are stupid in terms of planning stuff.
Obviously I would much prefer to do this. It's like people who want to do retail at Christmas, they're like, no, there's better things to do, like shooting yourself in the foot. Because personally, retail is the
retail at Christmas fucking sucks.
Yeah,
a lot of the common decency that people have during retail during the rest of the years, they don't have at Christmas.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm frantic, I have places to be. It's like, yes, we all do. Stop fucking rushing around. Be nice to the fucking service workers.
Do you know what happened last year near Christmas, right? My local spa said they were going to open on Christmas Day for a few hours, right? So I was being a bit cheeky. I went up to one of the lads, right, a few days before Christmas. Not on Christmas Day, right? And obviously I go to spa, I get a slushie, I get a frozen cola, you know. I walk up to him and I go, hey man, don't mean to bother you, right? I heard you're opening Christmas Day, just as a side note, will the slushie machine be on? Anyway, no, we're not. Alright, thanks. Merry Christmas.
Fair enough.
Because I was like, if the slushie machine was on, I'm nipping down there for a cheeky slushie on Christmas Day. Fucking just have a little slushie.
How often do you get a slushie from Spa? Is the question.
Either once a fortnight or once a week, depends.
Oh, fair enough.
Or twice.
The way you talk about it, it makes it seem like you get one like every fucking 2 days.
I get one either twice a week or once a week. It depends.
Not bad.
Or if I feel frisky 3 times, but it's a regular. It's very hard if I get it 3 times. So if I get it, I usually space them out and get one like Monday and one Friday. But I can go to different places. Like there's like garage that sells like raspberry and strawberry, blueberry and strawberry flavors. All the spas just sell like cola and another flavor. Because why not? But yeah, if I'm going to,
it's an easy flavor.
I don't know why I love the cola flavors. I just do.
I'm not really that big of a Coke fan personally.
But like the one thing I love with slushies, I just love the coldness they have in your throat. Like yeah, I know like it feels weird, but that's what I like. I like when it's nice and cold, chilling down your throat.
Fair enough. That's not really something I would enjoy, but fair enough. Yeah, slushies are interesting, but to me they just get old quick.
Fair enough. I understand why. I remember
I mean, it's like I think last slush I had is when you go to an Odeon and it's like, bloody hell, do you sell Tango Ice Blast? It's actually pretty good, but why do you want something that'll make you piss at the cinema?
I
I
remember,
say that buying a 1 litre Coke every time, but
yeah, no, I really want one of those fucking cups. Fucking big fat yolks. Oh, I fucking love them. I remember before we start the EastEnders and before I make another rum and coke. I remember I went.
so
I
you
think
said it was whiskey earlier.
no, it was rum and coke. It's always rum and coke. It's the fucking spiced rum that I bought in April.
That's why I was wondering because you said whiskey, and I'm like, when the fuck do you drink fucking whiskey and Coke, you mad bastard?
No, it's rum and coke. It's the spice.
I was like, has this year been fucking rough for you, mate? Jesus Christ.
Captain Morgan spiced rum, non-alcoholic. It's what I drink.
Yeah.
Which side note, it weirded Louis out because he was like, "Wait, why do you drink?" And I'm like, "Why don't you drink actual alcohol?" I'm like, "My tablets, I don't really want to do it." He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you don't fuck with meds and alcohol. I say that as someone who does occasionally drink on my meds, but yeah, fuck 'em.
But I understand people go, but then what's the point of drinking non-alcoholic? And I'm like, I want the thrill without getting drunk, lads, because it's funnier
Yeah.
watching you get drunk while I just sit here and not get drunk, and I drink my whiskey and coke, or not my whiskey and coke, my rum and coke. Cause that's what I enjoy. But yeah, I remember Monday or Tuesday I got a slushy, right? And this fucking, because obviously if you know, I get a large slushy. It's about $4.50. It's a large slushy. And
Jesus.
as obviously seen the large slushies I come in, it's a big thing. I usually last me about 5-6 hours. So you don't drink them very fast.
No.
And obviously the guy goes, "Oh, I'm sorry there, Mister. I can only give you 2 small cups." So he hands me these 2 small cups, and my dad's just there filling it, and I'm like, I walk out, right, and it's about like that size. Like it's like a tiny it's a baby cup. I'm like, well, who are these designed for? It's not designed for a big boy like me. And also, you will laugh. Yes, on Wednesday I nearly fell in front of the chemist. I tripped on the pavement and nearly fell.
Oh, mate, I slipped over. I fucking did it. It's been the running joke that you fell over. Fuck, there's an absolute trilogy of falling over. So I'm pretty sure we mentioned it last time, but when Piggy was here, he stepped off the bottom of step, but somehow he didn't realize there was an extra step, so he just kind of went, "Way!" Just ate shit completely on his ass immediately. Everybody's laughing. And then in my dream, one of the days, in my dream, Piggy's visiting. And I'm about to go down the stairs and I see Piggy in my room. And I don't know why, but you did a little fucking spin. You did a little spin. You caught your fucking leg and just fucking once again on your back. So it's been burned into my fucking brain that you fall over. And obviously, on the second snow day that we went out, because it's snow, why the fuck are we not going on a big walk? Went to this bridge that we usually go to, and I confidently, my brother, the one with the gammy knee, is like, "I'm not fucking touching that bridge. That looks like a nice fucking pit," and I'm like, "Fuck it." So I take one fucking step on this bridge, immediately fucking with the fucking legs in the air, on my back, and of course. Falling's funny as fuck. I'll never be crying over a fall unless I genuinely break something. I was just pissing myself laughing. And my brother just turned around like, "The fuck just happened?" So he wasn't even looking. It's fucking. So yeah, I fell over.
Alright,
It was good times.
I guess we'll start the issues. You'll obviously see me coming back in, but the camera won't see me coming back in because
But the stream will.
The stream will, yeah. So obviously I'll start now. You run through the topics. You'll obviously see me come in and put the headphones back on, so you don't need to be like, "Hello, Piggy, you there?" Yeah, I am. So very quickly.
I like how you're preempting it. Like I'm not the talent.
The Ocho, the fucking the
The
learning tree of watching Walford.
But yeah, let's talk about the EastEnders. It's gonna be another good week of the show, so I'm looking forward to it. So the main storylines are Sharon and Teddy. Peter and Lauren have baby news. Ruby Allen returns and lies about Martin's son. And finally, Elaine's hen night, which is obviously ahead of George and Elaine's wedding next week. Excuse me, fuck now. So yeah, those are all the topics. I am just distracted for a second. Sorry, sorry, just got distracted. All right, so there's a little sub story for this one. Jean gets another call, which is telling her like, "Ah, bloody hell, Jean, you might need to invest more money to get better yield." And this is obviously inevitably Jean getting scammed. She doesn't have any money, and she's just being scammed. They have a national insurance number, or the social security number. It's over. But yeah, Jean hides the investment phone calls from her family, which not ideal. I'm not looking forward to the fallout of this one. It'll be quite sad and quite miserable to see. Maybe Kojo get involved. But it's also like Jean, someone with bipolar disorder, likely to get scammed, as would be Kojo, who wouldn't believe that someone would have probably wouldn't believe that someone would have some nefarious intentions. But yeah, Sharon and Teddy. Sharon and Teddy are both unsettled with Nicola being back. Phil provides Sharon with a baby's birth certificate. Nicola throws Peggy's purchase in Teddy's face and he gives her a month, but she insists it'll work. Phil lets it slip that Peggy's isn't exactly the best business. She'll need staff to fix their reputation. Zach offers his expertise as part-time bar staff and tells that Chelsea is looking for manager work. Nicola has been piecing together the job roles and Peggy's and once again laughs at Teddy just as Sharon and Teddy are set to go on a date. So yeah, like I said, small one. Obviously, it's going to be a problem with Phil, where Phil is going to be more and more isolated and lonely, wishing that he's going to be able to piece everything together and have a family and have a home. But ultimately, he's alone. His kids are gone. His family's gone. It's a pretty hard time to be Phil. And it's all his own making, of course. It is all his own making. Kind of the shame, really. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. Peter and Lauren have baby news. Lauren brings Louis to Peter and she insists he have him in a very angry way. But Lauren is still feeling awful and takes it out on Peter. She screams at him to put Louis first for once. Penny tells her to chill the fuck out as she is taking everything out on everyone. And Lauren admits to Peter that she's not coping. He cuddles her and consoles her, and she has a GP appointment later. We're on Peter and Lauren.
Alright.
The doctor explains that she shouldn't still be in this much pain 3 months on, and they refuses to give her pain meds because obviously she's an addict, and you don't really want her being addicted to pain meds because it's a slippery slope. Lauren asks Anna for some coke-adamol. She learns how it could be. She learns how, maybe it's not that pain. But Anna kind of pieces it together and says, maybe you're pregnant, and kind of is like, I mean, you figured out I was pregnant, so just you wait for them to be like, fucking these women are fucking baby factories. They're doing it again. Just baby factories. I mean, I'll get into it later, but I do like how they're making like a long-standing characters kind of. They're doing a bit of kind of history, Think back to the first year of the show.
Also Ash. Look at the fucking size of this ice cube.
Jesus Christ. Fucking there's about a third of a drink in there. But it does look cool. I like how it's still funny. You still have the fucking glass and the big ridiculous ice, but it's still non-alcoholic.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
So it looks really bad. You just have to do the thing where you act like you're getting drunk, and then people are like, "What's he on? He's drinking non-alcoholic." but be fully sober the whole time.
Yeah, obviously rum is nice, but non-alcoholic rum is decent. Yeah, continue. Sorry to interrupt.
Not the weird fucking spice drink you fucking bought last time you were here. That's awful.
The fucking the one from Asda.
Yeah.
The one that's just still sitting there like months on.
Well, I was gonna drink it. I was like, fuck it, I'll pour one out at the election. You know. No, the British election, not the American election. And tried it and went, oh fucking hell, Jesus! It's just like it's technically not rum. It's non-alcoholic spiced drink. It's fucking awful.
It is. I couldn't drink it. I literally could not drink it. So I bought myself my whiskey, my rum, not whiskey.
Rum.
I keep confusing the two. Okay, leave me alone. I keep slurring my words as well. So yeah.
We've all had a drink.
We've all had a drink. So during the Christmas season, I'm probably gonna be like drunk Phil, where he's pouring out the bottle, and it's like, oh, having a few drinks. But yeah, we've all had a drink, and Lauren is having a drink because she's pregnant.
She's not having a drink.
She should.
She takes a pregnancy test in the bog, and we learn that she is indeed pregnant. Kathy very quickly realizes that she's pregnant and outright asks. They talk about the pregnancy. She knows how her and Peter haven't talked about it, but they're both quite understanding about it. She mentions how she had Donna when she was young, but Ben when she was old. Both were worth it. Peter stumbles in drunk as it's the hen night and he's on the stag do. Peter, she tells him she's pregnant. He throws up immediately. Fuck's sake, Peter. Once again, he is Ian Beale's son. You know, he definitely is. Peter doesn't remember the night after, and Lauren bursts at him, explaining she is pregnant. Ian Beale's the response, and just fucks it up entirely. Acts shocked and leaves her upset. Kathy screams at Peter for not being supportive of Lauren, reminds us and puts the kind of juxtaposition of Arthur and Pauline at the, in 1985, where Pauline, slightly older, and Arthur, who was unemployed, having a kid. Pauline was like 40, and is just kind of like, do you have a nosebleed?
Yes, I do.
Where the fuck does that come from?
I don't know. The camera can't see it. Only the live feed can. Because I was trying to clean my nose.
He's just having a nosebleed.
Yeah, look, I'm having a fucking nosebleed.
Jesus.
I was trying to clear my nose, and because I just built up inside, and I fucking did that with a twist inside. And I fucking
floodgates.
Floodgates, yeah. Fucking look at that. Oh.
God damn.
I'm a hard as nails. Like I'm bleeding. Brexit.
Are you bleeding?
Look at that.
God.
Brexit.
Oh Jesus. Brexit.
I'm bleeding.
Brexit nosebleed.
Out of step.
But yeah. So yeah, Peter. Kathy yells at him for not being supportive, reminds him of Lou Beale. Pretty much in the first or second, maybe in like the third episode of Lou Beale being like, "You're having a kid at 40 years old. He's out of a fucking job. How are you going to pay for it, you fucking idiots?" Which is basically what Lou Beale did. Love you, legend. Miss you, legend. He worries that he's going to be a bad dad. Peter then apologizes to Lauren that he's sorry for not being there. He insists he will be there and they can fight for this baby. As what problems do they really have other than the fact that they're both unemployed and don't have any money coming in and they live at their parents'?
Yeah.
I mean, no. They live with Penny, but Penny's not exactly going to be a good fucking auntie, is she?
Probably.
She doesn't strike me as the type who likes kids.
Yeah.
All right. Ruby Allen returns. Anything on Lauren and Peter?
I'm happy for it. Maybe Ash is right. Maybe this is leading to a 40th wedding. So Ash's prediction could be true. I don't know how you're going to do a wedding in 4 months, but who am I to judge? Who am I to judge, indeed? I also do love
Uh,
Peter just being an ignorant shite. Like, stop throwing up. Care for your daughter or your daughter. Care for your girlfriend, you man, you belt.
he's trying his best. Like, it's fucking fighting back the fucking floods. But like Peter is. He is Ian Beale's son. That's the most condemning fucking thing I can say about him. He is definitely. He's just a bit fucking useless. But that's fine because me in this situation, I'd be useless. But
You know, like in Lord of the Rings, where it's like the 6 of them versus a fucking entire army in like the final battle. That's my fucking tissue versus this nosebleed. You shall not pass. I fucking will pass.
exactly with a Balrog. But yeah, Ruby Allen returns and lies about Martin's child. First and foremost, I love Ruby Allen. I love Martin Fowler. I am ready. I'm ready for all of it. I'm excited. I love all of them already. I am excited to see how this turns up. Martin's stressed up with the on-set days, racked with problems as Sharon sits him down and wants to tell him the truth. She struggles to do it while listening to Martin's problems. This while Mr. Lister, the market guy to the council, is telling them he's setting up for a tidy severance payment from the market if he retires quickly. Mr. Lister claims he wants to be with family, but Martin reminds him that his legacy, of the legacy of his family on the market, how they made ends meet for years. He tells them how it's important to provide for their families. And Mr. Lister agrees to fight for the market, but he still is a bit too awkwardly familiar with Honey, and it feels like he'll probably proposition her with something dodgy. But that's just the vibe I'm getting. Johnny admits getting the birth certificate wasn't exactly legitimate, which may cause problems, and Sharon tells Martin she has news about Ruby. She finally tells him that she has had Martin's baby, a baby boy. Which isn't called Johnny Allen, which I'm kind of surprised that. He's probably going to be called Roman Johnny Allen or some shit like that, but probably anyways.
Roman Johnny
Martin
English.
goes straight to Jesus Christ, fucking screaming into the microphone there.
Roman
Leaning
Johnny.
in, scared the life out of me.
Roman Johnny English. There you go.
Martin goes straight to Stacey and tells her about this news about his and Ruby's kids. Stacey is already at odds with Ruby and wonders how genuine it is. Sharon brings him the certificate and wants to know the address. Turns out the kid is called Roman, as Ruby Allen gets out of a black cab. Martin wants to know where Ruby is, and she storms in, believing that he has stolen the birth certificate. Ruby wonders why Martin and Stacey are back together. They say they're not, but he wants clarity to know if he has a son. Ruby wants to know why he just disowned her completely after she was sent to prison. Me too, Martin. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
See, I feel
he's a fucking idiot.
I feel like I'm just gonna love this arc where it's gonna be like, even if Ruby does something bad, ask him like, Ruby's not at fault here. It's fucking Martin who's at fault. Like,
and I love both of them. That's the problem. I'm the kid in the divorce. Guys, stop fighting. I'm that fucking video of the kid dancing with headphones on whilst crying because he hears his fucking parents arguing in the next room. Want a fucking divorce? Dancing in the moonlight, just crying. Just no, they're fighting. Mom and Dad, please stop, please. That's a depressing analogy.
It's gonna be fucking epic just to see like what like Ash's thoughts are gonna be moving forward of Ruby Allen.
I'm gonna be doing the splits to try and defend both of them.
Exactly.
Like, fucking hell.
I do love how still on my second monitor the spaghetti monster is just staring into my soul. He's just looking at me.
Exactly.
But oh fuck! Well, I lost my train of thought. I had an epiphany, but I lost it. God damn it!
Fair enough. Martin demands to see the baby, but she says she doesn't have custody. She says she gave him up for adoption. Sharon and Stacey clear out. He needs to know why. She says she was all on her own. She couldn't even look after herself, and she never had a family to fall back on. Martin is devastated. He doesn't believe it to be true. They tried so hard to get pregnant. They tried so hard to have a baby. Why would she give him up? She calls him a mess of a dad, and all of his kids are shit. Basically, you're a shit dad, and all your kids are fucking useless. How about that? How about some of that?
Why didn't she go after Lily? It's like Lily off.
And they're both on the verge of tears. Like it's a very basically, if they for some reason decide to have haven't seen you lately sex, it's gonna be ridiculously steamy and aggressive.
Just a side note, is it like, will it be like Mike Tyson's ass, nice, flat, round, and juicy?
Do you just say flat, round, and juicy?
Yeah.
Oh, or did you say fat?
I said both.
Ah.
Said both.
Well.
Mike Tyson's ass is a lovely image, lads. I can't flash it up on screen for obvious reasons, but
no.
Just imagine.
That see, you know that entire fight was shit.
Yeah.
But Mike Tyson's ass is inevitable. You know, that's legendary. Immediately, you know when you're like in a moment that's immediately gonna take off. That moment is in the history books.
It's like
the cultural impact of Mike Tyson's ass.
What the fuck was it? I seen a video, right, where it's Mike Tyson obviously walking to the ring, and then someone just put like a great like quote over it very quickly. I have it on my phone, where it's it's like when the 24-year-old guy like uni rocked up the freshers, and it's just all Mike Tyson walking to the ring.
But yeah, I just love Martin and Ruby together, and I want them. Obviously, we'll get into what Martin's motivations are, but I would like to. I would really like them to get back together. I need it, and obviously there'll be a tragic ending, where I want them to both be lying to each other, but they are actually like they're lying to themselves, but they are actually getting closer. And then they fall back in love, and then Ruby's probably gonna die because she probably is. Let's be honest. She left, and she's like, I don't know if I'll ever come back. And now she's come back, and she said, "Time to wrap up things for Ruby." And it's like, all right, all right, she's probably dying then. But. Yeah, I like this. I'm glad that Ruby's back, and I'm looking forward to seeing it unfold. I just think she's a really good EastEnders character. Like she's lippy, she's loud, she'll fucking scream at anyone at any time. She lies, she's a bit manipulative. Oh, it's great. Fucking gold. But yeah, back to actual storyline. Martin goes into the cafe and is feeling awful knowing he was pushed to a side. He explains to the lads that he has had a son. Ruby never told him. Now he's been given away, and Zach gives him a big hug. This while Ruby and Stacey throw shade at each other, and she insists this is the last place on Earth she'd ever come back to. Are you frozen, or are you just still? You're still. All right. Ruby and Martin, Zach, Ian, Howie, and Peter and Callum, all from the stag do, talk about him being a dad, how he should react to his kid being taken away. They all talk about missing out on their kid's childhood, but they are there for him as they're eating a delicious looking full English. Fucking hell. Oh, it's absolute gold. I fucking wish I was there. I wish.
Me too.
Fucking grateful English.
Me too.
Stacey tells him that Ruby could be lying and to check the address of Kat's cab. Turns out Ruby went straight to a hospital, so Martin and Stacey follow. They see Ruby and follow her. They find her kissing a baby on the head as Martin sees his little baby boy for the first time. He storms into the room as she is confronted with the truth that she lied. Stacey starts blaring and Martin needs to know if it's serious. The baby has been here for a few days, and it turns out his liver is failing. He asks if it has gone too far that they couldn't be on good terms. He asks for some alone time with him, and he gets 5 minutes. In his 5 minutes, you can see his heart just melt seeing baby Roman. He says he is here now, and he'll never give up on him because he is his dad. When talking to Stacy, she says that she never, this being Ruby, she never really had any family, especially in comparison to the Slaters. Stacy reminds her that she put her in prison, caused a miscarriage, and she lost 6 months with her kids, to which Ruby apologizes for. It turns out that, one thing I was saying, who is Ruby Allen? She was rich, she was minted. Well, she lost all her money. She was fucking rich. She lost all her money, lives in a little flat, and works in a supermarket. So an interesting back down to earth as such of the character. Martin's telling Roman about his family, and he checks through the baby Roman's history. He sees that Roman was given a paracetamol overdose. Martin gets angry hearing that he accidentally drank a bottle of liquid paracetamol, and he calls her a total disaster of a mum. Which, of course, it's a bad thing that it happened. But kids are fucking crazy, and they'll do anything to fucking try and chin themselves.
It's not even... Well, it's recent, but obviously not recent in...
Let's be honest. Babies act like they're drunk all the time. They're just so fucking out of it.
I mean, again, it's recent, but not recent in a sense. It's recent as it's only about 5-6 years old. But it's like that craze like 5-6 years ago, where people were just eating Tide Pods because they look delicious. And like companies were like...
Yeah, but they don't though.
And they were like, don't eat the Tide Pods, and they went, oh, but it's yummy, yummy, delicious, yummy. And yeah, that was a craze back in like 2019, 2018. Could be even earlier, it could be 2017. They were just eating Tide Pods for the fun of it. And doctors were like, please do not do that. Please do not do that. But the one thing that always buckles me, right, is when the president of the United States went, lads, there's a pandemic going on. Do you know if we stop COVID? Inject bleach into your system. It's like, what?
It wasn't really what he said.
Yeah, but it was something along those lines, wasn't it? Like, just inject.
It was grossly misreported. But he basically did ask a question if bleach would like kill the bacteria. But he's not telling people to inject bleach into the fucking system. But he is still saying a really stupid fucking comment regardless.
Yeah, but like kids and people will just do anything silly for content. Really, let's look at it like that. Like,
Right, why have I got a fucking little tuft just here? Just sticking up.
You're going through your emo phase.
It's sticking up.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be down.
No. Some emo things.
But yeah, point being, yes, he did drink a bottle of like liquid paracetamol. I don't know how he got the child guard off. I'll be real with you. That baby's fucking genius because even I struggle with the child guards. I bet you've never getting into a child lock.
Hold on here. I love how he again. I predicted it 5 minutes ago that he will defend Ruby Allen on anything, and not even 5 minutes later, he's fucking got stupid fucking useless baby. Fucking getting into paracetamol. Wait, not Ruby's fault. Wait, am I right, Fuck. But if I pick up some character, oh, Piggy, you like sucking them off, don't you, you fat wanker? What the fuck's this criticism? Fucking hell, can't do anything. Walk country, walk on mad.
So all I'm saying is, Ruby did nothing wrong. No. See, I didn't even realise it was happening, but it did. It just did happen, didn't it?
But yeah, I struggle with the child lock. I struggle with the child lock. I even struggled when I was a child, opening the little like bottle of bubbles, like the bubble you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle opening those as well. Because if you,
they are a bit of a ball ache.
If you don't know, I use my teeth to open like some things, which is why I barely have any teeth. Yeah, woo. But yeah, I struggle with baby locks.
While you're waiting for a fucking 2 seconds of applause. Why'd you leave an awkward little suspense in there? Live studio. And that's why I have no teeth. Laugh track. Bazinga.
But yeah, I do love. I'm gonna love this arc covering Ruby Allen and Ash blatantly. Anything wrong, Ruby? Like Ruby literally set the house on fire, and he'd be like, "It was Roman's fault, though, wasn't it? He distracted her. It wasn't her fault."
See, I can't even say anything to defend it because it will happen. It will happen.
It's fair enough.
I've not even intended to do it. It's just how it's gone.
Oh, so
I love her. I love her. She's great.
You can also see the size of the ice cube now.
Yeah. But yeah. Ruby says she's been doing everything by the book, and he just asks, "Just don't lie to me ever again." Ruby asks him to come back tomorrow. He will, and he's gonna bring her breakfast. So it's like, oh, are they on good terms? Man, it seems like they're on good terms. Stacey and Martin get back, and they explain that yes, Roman's still around. Mo jokes that it's one more present for her to steal at Christmas, which is a good line. Like, recently we've seen more of the caring side to Big Mo, where she's like, "Look, Alfie, we love you, all right, and it's fine. It happens." A bit of a bitch lately, but she's had the nice little moments.
I did still one of my favourite scenes is Alfie whacking her with the wiffle bat. Because it reminds me of the South Park gag so much, where like Cartman brings Kyle out on a boat, and they're in the middle of nowhere, and Cartman's like, I'm gonna hit you, Kyle, but I couldn't afford a real bat. I can only afford a wiffle bat, so it's gonna be slow and painful. And he just keeps hitting him with the wiffle bat, and he's just like, "Stop it, Cartman!" And he's just hitting him with the wiffle bat. He's like, "You'll only make it go slower, Kyle." It's why I love it. This scene so much with the wiffle bat.
Jean delicately asks if Ruby is still sending out a hit squad for her, which is a fucking great line. Stacey says to Martin, "You've always been here for my kids, but I'll be here for yours. If that means our family has gotten bigger, then she will help." Martin refuses, though, and says Ruby Allen will never be a part of this family. He's going to go for full custody, which is really funny because all I'm saying is who the fuck would pick Martin to be the sole custody over Ruby?
Of course.
Yeah, but look, he doesn't have a job. He sells fruit and veg. He's not really got any family around. Well, he does have a lot of family, but he's technically not gotten a lot of family around him. Like, he doesn't have a stable income. He doesn't have his own house. I don't know. Martin's just a bit of an idiot. Apparently, when around Ruby, he has the fucking stupid juice.
Do you reckon we'll see the fight over Mr. Pickles?
I hope he gets mentioned.
He probably won't. They probably forgot about Mr. Pickles. It's like they forgot about Jasper.
But, yeah. But yeah, he's gonna try go for full custody, the fucking idiot. I love Martin, but I don't like Martin in this way. Like, at this time. Stacey gets Sharon's side on it and tells her they'd do anything for their boys. Martin and Ruby learn that this liver condition hasn't been spurred on by anything, and that it can come out of nowhere. Ruby isn't a match, but Martin wants to do everything to offer his, like, a part of his liver, because, the body will take it in and, like, fucking, it'll grow and fit into place, that sort of shit. Jean appears and says they should put aside their differences for Roman. Ruby looks like, really, homie? You sent me to fucking prison. Jean wants to talk about how Ruby took Stacey's children away. She said she was happy to let her rot in a cell until she knew she was pregnant. Jean says she thought she was lying because that's what she does. Jean tells Ruby that Roman has a whole family there waiting for him and her. But this kind of triggers Ruby and she starts to fucking yell at her. Like, you could have killed him. I was in prison. You could have fucking killed him. And Ruby says if you put your face near his, I'll rip it off. Not bad. Also, rip it off. Just generally what Gene's dealing with right now. You know, kind of apt, kind of ironic.
Yeah, EastEnders didn't officially announce it, but some soap site did. Where like, yeah.
Oh, Gene's getting scammed.
Yeah, she's getting scammed. You reckon
It sucks, but she's getting all her money gone. Not that she has much money, but
you reckon like back in like the early days of like the internet, where like the Nigerian prince would message you reckon she would have fallen for those scams? The Nigerian prince needs 10 grand to like get the princess over. You reckon she would have fell for that?
oh, she'd fall for anything.
Like I reckon like
it's kind of interesting that Kojo is also like was helping her, and obviously Kojo would also probably be a recipient of a scam because you know us autistic people aren't exactly great at figuring out if people have bad intentions or not.
Like, because I feel like Gene would fall for one of those scams where it's clearly a fake profile, but you want to try and make sure it's not. Where it's like, hello, my name Ed Sheeran. I need €500 to come back to England to play concert. And it's because that's broken English. That's what they would do.
Yeah.
And it's like, I need €500. Please help me, please. And it's like, okay, Ed Sheeran, multi-millionaire, well, not millionaire, rich person needs my fucking help. Gonna sign up here and just help him. Like, I truly, sorry, but I do love those scams where it's like, hello, my name is Bob Ross. My name's Tupac.
Hello, it is me. I need £10, please. Thank you. So what? Hello, it's Taylor Swift. It's like what?
I love the meme ones where it's like, hello, my name's Kurt Cobain. Give me £10 and I reunite Nirvana. And I'm like, okay, you've been there for 30 years, you prick. I don't know how you're gonna do it
now. Yeah. Mr. List tells a big speech in the square about not retiring, helping them fight for the market. He says he'll be back for another year and gives Honey 2 very big, uncomfortable hugs. Stacey wants to know that Martin will drop the custody. He thinks that because Ruby needs him, he's going to lie. He's going to become the best person in her life. After she puts his name on the birth certificate, he's going to get custody of his son. But yeah, I think it'd be an interesting if I just fanfic it. If I write my own fan fiction, being a Martin and Ruby stan, look, I want Martin and Ruby to fall for each other again, but I can't lie. I feel like Ruby will tragically die at the end of it.
Romeo, oh Romeo,
because you know, I feel I can't see her ever wanting to come back. You what?
Oh, sorry, I was just singing Romeo and Juliet by fucking Taylor Swift.
But like you know, it feels like Ruby is gonna die. I can't lie. I don't ever see her coming back after this.
Could you imagine if her prolonged stint was just a week? 1 week Clenshaw. Been 1 week since you offered me a contract.
Short stint, Clenshaw.
Threw your arms to the side and said, I'm sorry. 5 days to tackle me. You just said...
Chicken of China, the Chinese chicken.
You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking.
Alright, speaking of drumstick.
Watch your next lights on.
It's Elaine's hen night. Way. Because hen, chicken,
cock,
meat. The family are all ecstatic and excited for Elaine and George's stag and hen do nights. Linda is hungover and Anna is kind of slightly just apprehensive about everything. She's working on burning the bird recordings to CDs, which is obviously setting the scene for probably the reception, or maybe even the song that plays as they go down the aisle. Like, oh, you know, play the CD, Anna, and it's fucking Cindy saying, I always loved George. Which will obviously fucking piss off Elaine, piss off Junior, and startle George. But yeah, good fun.
Sorry, it just, like, obviously we'll get to it, like, next week. But do you, like, if you're walking down the aisle, do you have any song you'd request but you'd walk down the aisle too.
WAP.
Make the pull-out game weak. I'm talking.
I do
whack,
kegels while I'm inside. Sit downs while I'm in bed. There's some hoes in this house.
There's some hoes in this house. I want to hear
Certified freak, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull-out game weak. Fucking. Yeah, just, I don't know. I'd got nothing. I don't even know if I'd ever get married, to be honest.
I don't know why, but I need a kids pop version of WAP. I'm talking wet ass.
There probably is.
I'm talking wet ass.
Wet and gushy. There's some in this house. There's some in this house. Just replace it with a Minecraft villager. There's some Oh, the dog of wisdom. How about a ha? Hababa. How about a ha? I don't know. It's a fun, stupid noise to make. It entertains my dumb brain.
It's fucking just change it. There's some hummus in this house. There's some hummus in this house. Wet ass hummus. Make that pull-out game weak.
Mate, did you ever recently on fuck the EastEnders? There's recently on Twitter a bunch of Harry Hill clips been going around. Did you ever watch TV, Bert? Or were you too young?
I watched some TV, bro. You hear me fucking bring it up sometimes about fucking Heather.
Yeah, true, about Heather. Yeah, Mr. Blobby and Dot.
Yeah, what ones have you been seeing on Twitter?
Oh, it's just for some reason, just everybody just went, let's all just find the best Harry Hill clips. And honestly, surprisingly holds up quite well.
Yeah, there's one where
obviously there's a Savile bit which doesn't fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up that one where like Savile walks into the Big Brother house and then like he gets everyone in the crowd to pull out like a fucking cigar and a little wig. Like, now then, how's it going? And it's like, fucking hell, Harry. I can do it because like I'm a YouTuber, no one's gonna watch this. But like even in all 7, it's just like, no. He's a comedian that surprisingly doesn't take any sides. He's a comedian who is pretty much in the middle where he makes jokes. Like he's very much he's a kids comedian essentially, but he holds up. The movie not so much.
It's smart enough. It's typically smart enough to hold up.
Yeah, the movie though doesn't really hold up. The movie's just shit. But TV Barf is just him going through TV. Essentially, it's just him going through TV and just reviewing it.
Yeah.
Which is why I get all the EastEnders like clips of like Blobby with Dot and fucking Heather like with the sausages, or the other one where obviously Bradley had fallen off the roof and like Max wants to bring in the shoes for him, but he doesn't know where to put the shoes, and like Harry Hill's commenting over it. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it holds up surprisingly well.
I wouldn't be against rewatching some TV Bar, but like it's probably a thing of its time. Let's be real.
Yeah. But yeah. Elaine agrees to have Cindy at. Anna asks Elaine to invite Cindy along, who's been feeling a little bit like alone. Elaine agrees to have Cindy at a wedding at a hen if Ian goes to the stag. Linda's feeling dejected and is very openly drinking, and she says Dad would want you to be happy. Notice how Linda's dad probably going to be a theme of the Cinder reluctantly agrees to go to the hen do. Anna and Junior are excited that the family's all in one place. Junior pines out to Cindy, but she pawns him off. Linda starts festivities, saying she's finally marrying her summer fling, clearly drunk. Elaine is led out and she gets a round of applause, and Junior has arranged for wrestling in the boxing gym. Howie hits a mean elbow drop.
Let's see, I didn't see his elbow drop.
I don't know if it's an elbow drop or a splash, but anyways.
Oh man, no one's gonna get it, but imagine he fucking spinning. I don't know what it's called, I don't know if the spiral tap's like actual term is called, like I don't know if the fucking twist is actually called. Imagine him being fucking like, I think the corkscrew moonsault. Jesus, I'd be on the fucking ground like, popping the boys backstage.
Ian gets exceptionally drunk and gets incredibly territorial about Cindy, which upsets Junior, who upsets everyone because he's jealous. And one thing I will say, there's one thing that EastEnders is always good at doing, and I've never seen a bad EastEnders, I've never seen a bad hen or stag do. EastEnders always fucking knocks these scenes out the park, no matter what. Right. They can write these scenes up at like a fucking storm. Just wanted to make that little observation. Elaine says there's nothing that can happen to ruin this night, as Drew Peacock. Haha. Drew Peacock. Haha. It's drag queens, isn't it funny? It is funny, but people. I'm just so surprised that not a lot more people know drag queen names.
I mean,
Feels like everybody and their mums watch at least a little bit of RuPaul.
I mean, it's a weird thing where drag queens are trying to be outlawed in certain places. I don't understand why. I don't really get it. Drag queens are not really that harmful. Sure, there's probably a bad bunch of them, but there's a bad bunch in any group, let's be real. You just look. If you look anywhere, you can find a bad flower. No matter if it's a good flower patch, you can still find a bad flower. Pretty much is it.
And if you look that close, you'll see me fucking bent over. I realised which channel we were on, and I'm like, and joke gone.
Yeah, like I don't mind drag queens. I'm not really a fan of like watching drag queen shows. But if I ever see one, I'm like, fucking hell yeah.
No, I love it. I'm like I said, I've not watched a lot of drag stuff, but I love it.
Like,
I
respect the art.
I love it.
Like it's weird that like Shrek has a drag queen in its like universe as well. Like I love that, and I'm technically a trans character, I think. But yeah, I love the fact that like there's drag queens in any show. Like there's nothing wrong with them. They're not harmful. They're just grown men or women in drag.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. I love it.
You've probably seen us in drag before. Well, it's shitty drag, but you've probably seen us in dresses and shit before. We don't really.
Did you ever? Wasn't there There was like a wrestling channel. I think they were called like the Nobodies, where it was like 3 people in drag reviewing wrestling.
I have not seen.
You ever see this?
I've not. No.
I mean, if it's fucking old now.
I probably wouldn't have. No, I probably might be a bit before my YouTube time.
4, 6 years ago, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah,
yeah, they've not released anything in ages.
Yeah.
Yep, fair enough. Yeah, 7 years ago. Jesus Christ.
7 years ago is what? Fucking 2017.
2017.
Oh, we are getting old.
I'm 3 years older than you.
You're getting old.
Stop it, you. Fucking.
We're all gonna die. There's no.
I mean, it's like whenever most YouTube things pop up, I'm like, I fucking know them. I fucking watched them 5 years ago. What the fuck are they doing now?
Yeah.
With everyone.
It's fucking weird when like you watch a YouTube you watch when you were like, I don't want to say a child, but when you were younger, and it's weird when you watch it now and it's like, oh, they must be doing well from the stuff. And then you look at the comments like, he loves minors, and you're like, wow.
Well, I clearly just a much better taste than you do.
Yeah, clearly.
And better than all the content creators. The fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's weird when you like look at YouTubers now, and it's just you see they've either grown up or they've just stayed the same person for the past 10 years, and it's funny when it's funny if you stay like 20 when you're 35, that's fine, but when you stay 20 when you're 35, fuck off. No, like there's a perfect Blink lyric. Nobody likes you when you're 23. I believe that's how the lyric goes.
No. I thought there was more to it, but yeah.
No, that's the lyric. Nobody likes being 23.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't mind me at 23. Prefer me in 2024.
I haven't hit that age yet. I turned 21 in a month, so. And I've got fatter throughout the years.
Johnny announces Drew Peacock, but as he takes the stage, she and Elaine meet eyes for the first time in years. so she yells at him to get out. Linda, drunk, wants to know who Drew Peacock is, so she finds him in the laundrette. Drew calls Kat a drag icon, and when he mentions Elaine being a mum, he realizes he knew her when she was young. He tells her if she wants answers, she'll have to hear it from Elaine. Linda barges in and wants to know who he is. Elaine refuses to tell her, as Johnny pieces together he might actually be a peacock. She explains it's about Linda's dad. This while George asks Junior about him and Cindy, why it kicked off. George says it's all in the past. George says he's happy knowing he's getting married again with Junior at his side. Elaine explains that Linda's dad was with someone else. Johnny understands early on that he was with Drew, a man. While Linda refuses to see the truth, Elaine says John didn't want to lose the marriage, the pub, or the family, or Linda. Elaine says she let John, for the last 10 years, be with someone else, and Elaine finally blatantly says Drew was the other woman. And Linda is shocked to hear that John, her dad, was gay. And this cuts back to all the rest of the girls in the party in the Vic. Linda wonders how she wouldn't have known. She falls down back drinking again. John was a man's man, drinking in pub with his mates, footy on the weekend. Elaine did cheat on him because she thought it would make her feel less lonely. She explains it was a different time. She wanted him to be safe. That's why every day since then she's put the war paint on, and the show must go on. So once again, explaining why Elaine is who she is, why she doesn't really let herself be particularly vulnerable, because she's had to lie to herself for so long that it's just second nature now. Linda doubts that John ever loved her, but Elaine says she thinks the guilt and the shame of his sexuality caused his heart attack, and she thinks guilt is what killed him. Linda says it was because of being married to a selfish old slag like you, and Elaine slaps her and is revolted. I'm sick of people defending Linda. I'm tired of it. I understand that Linda is an alcoholic and she can't really be helped. But I also, what more are they supposed to do? They can't cut her off from alcohol. She lives in a pub. What can they actually do to stop Linda drinking other than encourage her to stop?
I'm going to just say it. There's defending Linda on the fact of, okay, yeah, it's going to be weird if you find out your dad was gay and lived a double life. But if you're defending her on the fact of blatant, homophobia, fuck off. But no one's probably.
Not necessarily that. It's just people defending Linda over, the family aren't doing enough to fucking be there for her, and they're just letting her drink openly. No one's giving a shit about the homophobia, as far as I've seen.
But just on I care more about the man John living a double life. In case there was a chance for a double life, I don't care. I kind of like when they kind of not shoehorn, but kind of put in these little details. So no, people might not like it, but I actually appreciate when they do this, because I'm a person who thinks it can add great to the story. I was trying to figure out.
Oh, it definitely does. This obviously we'll get into it more later when we get the interactions with Drew and Elaine, but genuinely a really cool extra story and a really cool bit of backstory, which first explains why Elaine is so guarded, and two kind of explains, why she may be struggling even now. It's a really good. This stuff is tremendous, and I finally am seeing people suddenly start to like Elaine, and it's about fucking time. You don't fucking tell me you liked her all along, because you didn't, but I fucking did. I was here in the trenches.
But yeah, I love this kind of angle they're going with it. I do like Drew Peacock. I'm just gonna call him Drew Cock. Drew, I do like Drew. Drew is a nice man. We'll obviously talk more about him in a second. But I feel I don't know if there is a book, but I'd love someone to write a book on a gay man living a double life. So I feel like that would be a good book, because
they probably are.
Yeah, because I definitely know at the end.
Elton John's probably written a fucking biography. Yeah, there are the stories, but it's still I like how it also put it at odds. Like we'll get into, but it put it at odds with the gay experience now versus gay experience as like a fucking man in the 80s and
Yeah,
the
but don't
90s. Like
forget.
really
Uh,
genuinely,
see,
it's great.
see, the problem is, and I hate to be like a Debbie Downer, but the problem is, history often repeats itself, and we're sadly, I'm gonna say sadly. I know people go, no, it's fucking right, but we are sadly going back to the time where you're not really allowed to be who you are in most places, and I just think that's wrong. You should be who you are. Like if you're gay, who gives a shit? You like cock, I like cock, we all like cock. Who cares? You like pussy, so what? Doesn't mean you have to think differently. You just have to accept them.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a defining factor unless you want it to be it shouldn't be a big issue. Like who the fuck why does it fucking matter what you think about someone else's life?
Like you right. There's a difference. If you go, so say Ash was gay, right? Ash is asexual, I believe. His sexuality flows.
Who knows? We're exploring.
His sexuality flows like my shite. But let's just say he's gay in this scenario, right? And I don't agree with gay people in this scenario. There's a difference of me going up to him going, I disagree with what you believe in. I'm happy for you, but I don't believe in your lifestyle. That's okay. But if you go up to him, call him the F slur, and it's like, I fucking hate you, die. That's not on. That's not on. To me, at least.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's fucked up. And it's a shame that in certain places it's going to go back like that because, again, you have to learn from history and not repeat history. Because if you repeat history, you're. I don't want to say it's bleak, but you do have the people who are just going to be sad that, like, we told you not to repeat history. You fucking repeated it. You pricks. We fought so hard for this.
I think it's important to appreciate the work that people did do of being gay at previous times where it wasn't as acceptable, that it allowed it to suddenly become a bit more, it kind of snowballed, and gradually we got to a stage where it's more accepted and it's more publicly allowed. And it's good to respect the people who kind of took the steps to help progress gay rights more. And it's nice to look back and appreciate gay history in general. And it's like I said, it'll be awful if we go back to a time where people are thrust further and further behind closed doors again. It should be a thing. But this episode was kind of a nice celebration, but it was also a very bittersweet approach.
It does show what it's like to be gay now versus years ago. And I do think it's easier to be gay now, but it's also harder at the same time. Because we live in a world now where it's acceptable just to I say this, and there is
I mean, you say that. Didn't really have to suffer through the AIDS crisis,
Yeah.
It's quite a privileged existence now. We're still not where we want to be or need to be.
I say that with me saying some racist stuff from back in the day, being screenshotted and shit, but that was a different time. I was a different person back then. But I say this I'd rather someone be honest with themselves than hide themselves. Because if you don't, I don't want to see people not be able to live their lives. Because I'm personally I personally think being gay is you're proud. You should be proud of who you are. People who fucking laugh at pronouns and shit, and I'm like, you're laughing at basic English, mate. You don't understand it, fair enough. Don't have to fucking there was a video. Okay, I'm gonna mention them, but there was a video, right? There was a video, and it buckled me, where obviously Trump's being asked, "What's your pronouns, Trump?" He, him, and Trump's like, "I don't do pronouns. Don't do that woke nonsense." And then some guy, so how you can stitch a video? He stitched it and went, "Trump's non-binary, woo!" And everyone went, "No, he's not. And it was like, you don't get the joke. It fucking buckled me.
But yeah, Anyways, that's kind of it's derailed a bit more, but let's talk back. But point being, we are pretty fucking progressive here.
Yeah.
Life is shit. Find whatever you want to find, who you want to be, and you should be allowed to live the way you want. Obviously, unless you're doing actual unsavory shit. But fundamentally, if it's who you are, you should be allowed to express that. You should be able to be pretty open and proud about it. And it will be awful if we somehow, which I don't think we will, because there's been so much mileage done to push gay rights forward. But there's a high, chance at some point something gets taken away, like America, probably, slowly getting a bit less, slowly getting a bit less interested. But fundamentally,
Yeah, I
like,
do.
As this gets into, it's
I do like the showcase of showing us like what a gay man had to go through during those times, though, because it is interesting. I appreciate it. That's all I can say. I appreciate it. And the drag queen. Can someone fucking stop going on in that fucking lawnmower? But still, I appreciate like the times and shit. I don't know if I'm being picked up because of the microphone, but if I'm not,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not. But
You're
yeah, I'll let you continue on. Sorry, I had to thread a thought, but the fucking lawnmower distracted me, so I just completely forgot and zoned out, and now I'm mumbling.
Linda's inconsolable, struggling to believe that her dad loved her. Johnny says, "Have you ever thought about how much Elaine has gone through?" And she basically says, "What about me?" And Johnny is pretty much just appalled. As Queen Elaine smokes a cigarette, Johnny comes to see her. Johnny says Linda doesn't deserve her sympathy, and Johnny takes Elaine for a little walk. He apologizes for arranging Drew to come around, but she acknowledges it wasn't his fault. He sympathizes her with having to share her love, and he has led her to go and see Drew, who did take John's name. John is a peacock, like by right. He raises a glass to her as she struggles to know what to do, but she follows through to the Albert. Elaine and Drew reminisce. She says how 30 years and she hasn't seen him since. He laments not having the chances to be open and proud. He says he was so bitter about him, John, not choosing. But he admits he probably didn't want to know the answer, just like Elaine probably didn't want to know the answer either. Drew was so taken in by... What the fuck? Oh, is the fucking Twitch? Hello? Jesus, the notification that popped up fucking scared the life out of me. Just a Phil saying excellent. Chicken butt. Hello. Back to what I was fucking saying. He was so bitter about him not choosing, but you mentioned he didn't want to know the answer. Drew was so taken in by John. He was so physically strong, but could never tell people who he really was. He admits that back in the day, he was at funerals or getting attacked, getting his head bricked in. Essentially, because, like I said, fucking gay people back in the day had to deal with the AIDS crisis. There was a lot of prominent people died from didn't Freddie Mercury?
Freddie Mercury famously died from AIDS in the Queen movie. They don't brush over it, but they kind of word it differently, where like he tells them pretty soon, but he actually leaves it to pretty late, because Freddie Mercury obviously he was open about his sexuality, but let's be real, it's what killed him in the end. He was pretty open though, and everyone loved Freddie. I don't know where Freddie Mercury would stand currently if he stayed alive, because I feel like him passing early is what lives Queen's legacy on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, still, Queen were kind of great as even if I'd still imagine even if he was still alive, Queen still had all those like amazing feats of the fucking him singing, fucking I don't know, it's the famous clip of him in like a massive stadium where the entire crowd's fucking singing, like still a incredibly fucking very very high cultural impact on Queen.
Yeah, fair enough. I can see both sides of it. And also Elton John, a famous gay man. Also, have you ever heard of the wedding gift? Fucking Eminem gifted him.
No.
I believe Eminem gifted him a gold cock ring.
Sound.
Just like this.
Yeah, because Eminem and Elton John are mates.
Yeah, they're mates. They're not. They're
Mm.
they're not close like that. But yeah, like, and then like and also because Eminem early in his career like was making homophobic jokes, but like they were only in his songs. Like he actually
Yeah.
supports gay people. And the thing was, like, the only person who defended him on there, like, being like, guys, he doesn't mean it was Elton John, so that's why they're best friends, obviously. Because Elton John was like, he's not actually homophobic, he's not actually, trust me. And that probably helped Eminem's career. Well, not helped, but it probably also, you know.
Help beat some of the allegations.
Yeah. Although, if
But
you
yeah,
ever.
anyways.
Sorry, to finish it. But if you ever see The Interview, there's a movie called The Interview. And if you watch it, you can see Eminem, like, where he comes out as gay. But not really. But it's a funny scene. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, he feels proud that he worked so hard to get gay rights to where it is. He was diagnosed with HIV in '86. He admits that John was too scared to take a test, and essentially saying, "Yeah, you kind of wonder why he didn't touch you. That's why." Yeah, she says she would have helped if she knew, but he claimed he probably wouldn't help them either. They both questioned if it was the stress that killed John. Drew says he struggled and wondered if it was worth living on without him. He acknowledges that through all the trials and tribulations, he's still here because Elaine enabled his cowardice all that time. It's a really interesting one because Drew is clearly still bitter. He's still clearly fucking pissed that he never got to live the life he wanted to lead. But also fundamentally, he probably wasn't ever going to live that life anyways. So he's both resigned to being like, yeah, fair enough, but he's also still in the back of his brain, he's like, maybe it could have been better. It's a very interesting, like, nuanced kind of opinion, where he's like, I wish it could have happened, but also I probably wouldn't have been there,
Yeah.
It's just really interesting. He says Elaine won every single time as she was in bed with him every night. She wishes she had the confidence to let him go so that him and John could have lived out their days. She says she lived for 10 years worried that the world would come falling down around him. She confesses that when he died, she felt relief. He holds her hand. And probably also says he probably felt relief as well, not having to hide anymore. He calls her a legend, and she says grieving was hard, but then again, he was never allowed to the funeral, and she apologizes for not allowing him to be there. He calls her a triumph. Elaine says if only what we know now, she could have let him go and they would have had a life together. They're both sorry for one another, and he says that she should have been the first choice. That's what she is now. She questions if George will leave her for someone else, and Drew says he'll have to have someone with dodgy knees and an old drag queen to deal with.
Johnny and Drew Peacock, come on, let's go.
He tells her that she has a whole new picnic in front of you, and George isn't John. Just fundamentally, all these scenes have been fantastic. Genuinely, they are incredible. It's a good story. It's a good thing to tell about someone who grew up, in a different time being gay, and then you kind of contrast it to now where it's a lot more open. Still not there entirely yet, but it's still a lot more open than it was back in the fucking day. A really kind of he made a very big impact on everyone, and I feel like Drew was a stroke of genius with the writers, and it both allows everybody to be a lot more sympathetic for Elaine because now we know that she isn't just a fucking raging bitch. She has dealt with a lot of like kind of trauma, which explains why she does have like the fucking lipstick on the stage. The show must go on, all that sort of shit. It explains why she is that way because she spent so long doing it that now it's just second nature. It's just a great way to sympathize and make the character empathize with the character while still kind of pushing together her motivations now about her not wanting to be second best, her not wanting to be in another kind of loveless, I'm the second choice relationship. It's really good stuff. Got any more on this?
Am I bleeding? No. I personally, again, I enjoyed the contrast of like, oh yeah, John's life is perfect. It clearly wasn't.
Yeah.
It clearly wasn't. If you can't be who you are, then you're not really living your life. It's why, like, but I'd assume most trans people are like, I can finally be born again when they come out as whoever they are. Probably the same with gay people and shit. You're alright. You just look very serious there.
No, just listening, mate.
Oh, I was just like, good point. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Jesus, what have I done? But yeah, it's why you should be happy about when you come out and shit. But I enjoy these scenes. I would ship through Peacock with tiramisu. Give me tiramisu and Droopy Peacock. Droopy Cock.
But yeah, there's just a fantastic fucking. It's just great. It was fantastic. It was really good scenes. It's nice to celebrate gay history and celebrate where we are now, as opposed to where it would have been when Drew was, like, just not old as fuck. But to me, it's one of those scenes where I've been saying it all along, where eventually they'll find a way to make Elaine more sympathetic, and this is how they've seemingly done it, by showing the vulnerable side. And as I've said, I haven't really seen many people complain about Elaine anymore. I've not really looked that hard, but it's nice to see people finally be on her side. But yeah, what a set of scenes. Also, do you know what the fucking song was that was playing, where he kind of went, oh, they still play this, do they?
I can probably research it, but I can Shazam
because
it.
I was,
I can probably Shazam it.
if you want, you probably don't need to. It was like a famous, like, cool, like, gay song, and yeah, it's fucking wild. But yeah, fuck it, I will continue. She gets back and she says she's going to go back to bed. She says that she'll not make the same mistakes again and will not be left with nothing. She asks Johnny for a watertight prenup. The night after Elaine and Johnny assess things, he says their prenup is that you thought about it too late. You wouldn't get past. George kisses Elaine in the morning. He offers a really nice, like, little Peacock band, and it leaves her with food for thought. She hides a list of assets, and he is startled, thinking that she doesn't trust him. Elaine explains that she doesn't want to make a mistake in the marriage. She struggles to explain and says it's about trust. She cannot get trust in it, and he gets rattled, saying, what is it worth without trust? Linda mocks Elaine for drinking, and she gets a bottle of wine out of the fridge. She's already drunk. George goes straight to Phil to be angry about the prenup essentially, but Phil tells him to stop moaning, start working on his marriage. Elaine apologizes to Linda for hitting her, and she lashes out Elaine for her Showtime approach to life. She screams at Linda to stop as Linda keeps drinking, trying to pry. Elaine exclaims that her whole life is a lie, but she's not lying about the terror of losing you, which, hits fucking home for Linda. They sit down. Linda tells her that all the lies, it feels like everything is all pretend. She asks her about her saying her whole life is a lie, and she wants her mum to be honest. Elaine says she doesn't think George loves her. She worries that no one could love her, but Linda kind of gently says that she does. George interrupts and says he needs to do whatever she needs to do whatever she wants for him to do for him to be in her life. He has written up his list of assets, and he says he'll do whatever it takes to prove it to her. They agree and trust, and both affirm their desire to marry each other. Junior admits that he believes the wedding is a sham and everyone will know it, while getting pied off by Cindy. Elaine hears this, gets upset, but tries to continue on, putting on the show. Elaine confronts Junior and says, I know about you and Cindy, but then drops it as it's him saying the wedding is a joke instead. Elaine is really struggling to believe it's genuine. And Elaine goes to Cindy and explains that she can't marry him, so she pits Cindy on to honey trap George. And obviously during the episode, they were mentioning how back in the day, honey was introduced as a honey trap for Patrick to test his commitment to Yolande. essentially, if you don't know what a honey trap is, it's something that is too good. Like, it's something that's too good to be true, but you can kind of just reach out and grab it, I guess, is the whole... Like Leslie Grantham getting fucking catfished by like a 30-year-old reporter. You know, that was a honey trap, where you put something in their face which looks good and smells good, and they seem into you, so it's like, oh, fucking, why not? Let's just ruin everything for it. You know, but it's kind of like it's a trap, essentially. It's is the grass greener on the other side? Do you fucking go on the grass? You probably shouldn't. But yeah, there we are. That's the week of EastEnders. A really odd choice for Elaine to decide to say, Cindy, I want you to try and sleep with my husband. Cindy, I want you to try and seduce my husband. Or my to-be husband. It's a bit of a... it's a bit of a strange one. But I kind of love the insanity of it.
Give me a second.
Yeah. How much longer? You don't need to, if you can't figure it out, you don't need to. Last time we couldn't figure out a song, somebody fucking told us in the comment section. But yeah, honestly, this was kind of a fucking fantastic episode, fantastic week of the show. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, the reemergence of Ruby, who I adore with my whole heart. Get to see Martin having a storyline again. Great stuff. Elaine finally showing the vulnerable side. Fantastic. My least favorite part about it is dealing with Linda.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite part of the week, but obviously you're not supposed to enjoy it because she is an alcoholic and she's clearly struggling. So, yeah. Well, what did you think of the week, mate?
I enjoyed the week. When I was playing the episode, I had to quickly mute the fucking desktop audio. It's like, holy shit, oh no. Because I forgot, like, we didn't touch it since last week, and we were recording the Christmas since last week. But yeah, I enjoyed this week. I couldn't really shazam it, because anytime I tried to, you would stop for like 5 seconds, and then it'd be like, oh yeah, but then continuing on, and I go, fuck, I can't hear the song. I don't know what that noise was. There you go, one more. But I enjoyed this week. Drew Peacock was my favourite. I think this is setting up for a good Christmas. Hopefully Drew spends Christmas with Elaine. Come on. I
do not think so.
Give him one Christmas, please. He's just sad. He's a droopy cock. Please. Droopy. I don't want to see Droopy sad. I do love how he makes the like depression jokes where he's like, yep, I've got to die early. Woo. Yeah, woo.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny, like, I'm too much of a coward to die, so I'm just living, so fuck it.
I appreciate it, yeah. I appreciate like that lifestyle.
Oh, it's give a little respect. The fucking is it by Erasure? Or am I making it up? Yeah, a little respect by Erasure. There we are. That's the song. A fucking banger, absolute great fucking song. Found it, nailed it.
Woo! I should turn off my VPN.
Why is the VPN on?
Because I went on the iPlayer.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I mean, BBC, if you're watching this, I use the iPlayer legally. I never go on a British site when I'm not supposed to. I'm sorry, Mr. BBC man. Please don't hurt me.
Yeah, and obviously one of the Andy Bell, the fucking singer of Erasure, was a very openly gay man. And yeah, fucking.
Oh, do you know?
Obviously, Erasure is very popular in the gay community.
Oh, do you know what? Who's the guy who sung Last Christmas? Was it George Michael?
Yeah.
Oh! Someone did a fucking great bit, and it pissed a lot of people off, and I loved it. Where he obviously was saying about Last Christmas was about like George Michael writing about his secret love for a man. Then obviously if all the straight people come in and go, no, stop making the song about gayness, it's not fucking gay, I swear to God. Like, calm down, Jesus Christ, just making an
I
observation.
mean, wasn't George Michael pretty on the record saying, yeah, I did just basically write those about men,
He
but I
did, yeah,
changed
he
the
did.
words.
Yeah.
Like,
And then, like, people were going, well, actually, before this, after this song was written, he wrote all the songs about him loving men. But this song was written about a woman just before he's coming out. And I'm like, when are we fucking bringing statistics?
he was
into
always gay, like.
It's like this is like fucking football. Like when you're talking football with your dad. Well, actually, if you look at this striker from the 1930s with one fucking gammy knee, he could definitely beat this striker from 2010. It's like you can't compare the two, Dad. But I
yeah,
love this week.
it was a great week of EastEnders, fundamentally, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. Like I said, there's a lot of cool extra things. I didn't know if Ruby was going to be brought in before Christmas or not, so I am excited for that. You know, is there a chance that they kind of do the Ruby Stacey Martin love triangle in a way? Maybe have Sonia in there, and that's the multi-choice storyline. You know, you have the three exes of Martin Fowler. Maybe that's the little love story. Where you have all the women that Martin have had kids with. You know, I don't know what the fuck else it's gonna be. Could be Peter and Lauren in a way. Could be, I don't know, name the fucking baby. I don't fucking know.
Robbie.
Still a bunch of questions about, but like I said, we are ramping up quite quickly. Obviously, next week is George and Elaine's wedding, I believe, and so that'll obviously probably have the junior secret get outed as well, because it's, you know, for fuck off, son, fuck off, fucking hell. There we are, easy. So hopefully that'll be fucking hell. That'll be a good thing to do. All good. But yeah, there we are. That's the podcast. Next week we will no longer be on episode. Fucking hell.
It's time.
Next time we will no longer be on episode 100. Oh, next time we'll know. Fucking Jesus, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to like fuck. Let's just give me a fucking Scotland forever. Scotland. But yeah, next week will be week 100. We'll obviously do our favorite memories of the podcast then and talk about, you know, the progress we've made in the time we've been doing it, etc., blah, blah, blah. All that will be on episode 100 of the podcast. Will we be getting that little intro video that you said you were doing?
Maybe.
So yeah, let's do the awards. Underrated. Fucking hell.
Fuck, Jesus, don't blind me. Underrated Drew Peacock.
I'm trying to not. Yeah, fair enough. I'll go for Drew as well.
Wait, Ash, can I say? Can I want to do a bit here. If I say you're fat, can you shine the light at me? Ash, you're fucking fat.
You're what?
Jesus. Yeah, what? It works. It works.
Oh God.
Who needs slapping?
Keanu Taylor.
Yeah, Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence. Drew's cock because it's droopy.
Fantastic. The Reddit's fucking reaction to Drew Peacock, because they're like they're treating it like they found Jesus. Like, it's like How's Adam. If Drew Peacock becomes a new How's Adam, I will be slightly happier, but I still will hate it.
And lastly, who needs slapping down? My fucking nose for that nosebleed. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna quickly end
the podcast while fucking not blinding everyone.
No, wait, hold on. I'm gonna count you in 3, 2, 1, go.
What?
To end it, we're gonna blind the audience. 3, 2, 1, go.
I didn't blind.